Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, do we have an amazing show for you today? There are those that have been in this space for a long time that believe that XRP will be between $100 and $10,000 after this lawsuit settles. So, guys, let's get to it. So, guys, right now, we all know that this space is just riddled with all kinds of speculation over what XRP's potential could be after this entire lawsuit is completely settled, and we have none of this stuff holding us back because, hey, the last go around, boy, this suppression of this SEC lawsuit has had a major impact. Now, something else that oftentimes comes about is a lot of times, and I've had it happen on my own channel, where you see people in the comments say, well, I've been holding XRP for such and such a length of time, and in the time that I've held it, well, I should have been invested in this, that, and the other thing, and no accountability for making their own decisions. Now, David Schwartz decided he had heard enough, and he got out there and he said something about it. Now, just check this article out right here. Ripple CTO references 1,500% XRP price performance to prove a point. Now, here it is right here. The XRP community is debating on the cryptocurrency's prospects again, of course, with this whole Ripple lawsuit just getting wounded up, with some pointing to its significant growth over an extended period and others highlighting its underperformance compared to its all-time high and previous massive surges. However, both perspectives are crucial when trying to understand XRP's journey. Guys, have you ever thought how Bitcoin or Ethereum may have done in a similar situation where they had a massive lawsuit dumped on them and being delisted from practically every US exchange, save uphold, literally cut out of the biggest free market economy there is? Guys, I do not think they would have fared very well at all, because we have seen times when you saw Bitcoin, just India or China, all they had to do was hint at banning it and the price of Bitcoin would plummet like crazy. Remember those times? Well, guys, here's what happened in this situation. Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz recently shed light on XRP's impressive long-term performance in response to a user claiming a loss on a 7-year XRP investment. Schwartz clarified that the digital asset price was around 3.3 cents on April 2017. And here's the actual tweet. Holding XRP for 7 years, not making blah, 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 is something unbelievable. If I had bought any trash coin, I would be a multi-millionaire, he says, which I kind of doubt. Why? Because, hey, this guy's saying he held on to it for 7 years. Is that not on him? If he felt that he did not have a good investment and he did not believe in it anymore, why, oh, why in the world would he have actually held onto it? That's the deal, guys, because I would have cut my losses and ran. In fact, we're going to find out a little bit more. And he says, but I was always being laughed at by people who buy these other coins. Now all of those coins are people laughing so hard at me. And he says, oh, thank you, Brad Garlinghouse. Well, David Schwartz comes out and he says, hey, 7 years ago, XRP was like at 3.3 cents on April 19th, 2017. He says that's a 1,500% increase, equivalent to an APY of 47%. Now, guys, do you think that you're going to get anything like that in a traditional market? No, you are not. Now, what's really wild is this. While Schwartz highlights the statements of XRP's long-term potentials, this is what this writer says. Oh, it is crucial to consider the user-specific experience. The user clarified after the fact, guys, listen to this. His purchase occurred in January of 2018, so it wasn't 7 years, wasn't it? And then, of course, he comes out and he says later on, hey, the user went into more detail, highlighting further purchases at $1.25 and said, so when he had absolutely held it for a ton of time and felt that it was a poor investment and on, he just bought more. Wow, that's kind of interesting to me. Guys, when you hear a lot of these folks come out there and they say these statements, I really challenge the credibility of them. And the reason I do is this, because I've actually listened to people that said, oh, well, they were holding on to XRP from 2016. And I'm like, oh, really? Never saw any profit, because back in 2016, XRP was at 0.00 whatever. Then, of course, what do you hear when you call them on what they've come out and said? That, oh, for all these years, it's worth nothing. That's absolute hogwash, because, of course, we know in 2017, it went from 0.006 all the way up to $3.84, just an investment of $6,000 would have netted you $3.84 million, right? Now, obviously, there were people FOMOing in at the top, weren't there? You better believe there were people that FOMOed in at the top. Then, do you think if you FOMOed in at the top and watched that 2017 bear market come in and crash that you would have been buying more, maybe on the way down, but to the point where you would think, oh, well, I hate this asset, I'm just going to hold on to it for 7 years? Guys, I would have never done that. If I lost confidence in any of the assets that I hold, then I'm not going to hold them anymore. And that's why I'm always out there, as you go out there and you build your own confidence. And the thing is this, in 2021, we saw XRP go all the way down to 17.48 cents. So if you were dollar cost averaging on the way down to mitigate your high price at the beginning, would you have not wanted to pick some up at 17.48 cents? I'll tell you what, I know in our situation, that is exactly what Judy and I did, because guys, the day before that XRP lawsuit hit, Judy and I went out and bought a substantial amount of XRP. Then the very next day, bang, it dropped. You know what we did? We just bought more, because we were absolutely convinced of the fundamentals, right? You got sentiment analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis. The thing that I'm pointing out here, guys, is a lot of time you are going to hear people come out there. They throw this kind of FUD out there. Oh, yeah, I've been just holding this garbage coin. If I had have invested in anything else, I would have been a multimillionaire. I don't believe it. You know why? Because they show in their very statement they do not have the discipline of what a mature investor would do. Because a mature investor would count his losses, and if he had lost confidence, he would consider that and wouldn't even be buying more, would have walked away. I've done that. Other investors have done that. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, as the song says. And this person obviously does not understand that. That's why I say it's so vitally important that you get your plan in place, because it can make the difference from you making it or breaking it. So I give David Schwartz credit for really calling this out for what it is, because, guys, it is an absolute false narrative. Started out with a false narrative, turned out it wasn't 7 years. Oh, then it was 6. Oh, then it was the top. Oh, then I bought it here. Oh, then I bought it there. Anything to, validate all this kind of stuff, because really what they want to do is literally just trash all over XRP. Have the fundamentals changed? Guys, they have not. What other assets could survive the scrutiny and the pressure that XRP did? And you think of this, Ripple putting in over $200 million to fight this lawsuit and literally stay in the top 10 for market cap that entire time, which, by the way, it says here that this is right down here. Well, let me just take a look here. XRP is currently ranked at the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. It says, but has not kept pace with some peers. Guys, never once did it ever leave the top 10 for market cap, including going through that entire SEC lawsuit. And like I say, in December of 2021, XRP dropped to 17.48 cents. Do you know what? 4 months later, with all that freshly minted uncertainty upon it, being delisted from all those exchanges, it went to $1.97. That was a 1,200% return right there. Now, something else I want to point out is this over here. XRP sees 1.3 million inflow amid Bitcoin's exodus. Listen to this. In the ongoing struggling cryptocurrency market, digital asset investment products saw a massive outflow for the second consecutive week, totaling 206 million, with trading volumes in exchange-traded products dipping slightly to 18 billion. Besides this massive outflow, Ripple's XRP experienced an inflow of 1.3 million, which is now gaining attention from investors. According to the latest report from CoinShares, trading volumes for digital asset exchange traded products also slightly dipped, hitting 118 billion. These volumes made up 28% of total Bitcoin trading volumes, down from 55% a month ago. Bitcoin, despite being the dominant player, saw outflows of 192 million outflows. Interestingly, short Bitcoin products had only 0.3 million in outflows, showing limited investor interest in capitalizing on the negative sentiment. However, the negative sentiment, particularly affecting U.S. exchange-traded funds with outflows of 244 million, impacted established exchange-traded funds the most. Conversely, new ETFs continue to attract inflows, albeit at a slower pace than before. Ethereum marked its sixth consecutive week of outflows, totaling 34 million. But listen to this. However, multi-asset products saw improved sentiment with inflows of 9 million last week. Notably, Litecoin and Chainlink also experienced positive inflows, 3.2 million, 1.7 million. XRP 1.3 million inflows amidst the broader outflow trend hit at specific factors driving demand for the digital asset. One such factor could be the increasing adoption of Ripple's technology solutions, especially, of course, its cross-border payment platform. Along the influx of funds, XRP price performance highlights its resilience and appeal to investors. We have literally seen some major movement where it dropped way down there and guys has bounced right back. Now we may yet see another dip down, but for Judy and I, that is just going to represent a buying opportunity. At least that's for us, in our opinion anyway. Following all these things, XRP currently trading at 53 cents, which today earlier was up to 57 cents in the last 24 hours. It experienced a recent 1.3% upside momentum. If we look at the performance of XRP over a longer period in the last 7 days, it experienced over 4% upside momentum. Guys, we are seeing some major things happen. And when you see a flip like that, where you get 1.3 million inflowing into XRP and 192 million outflowing Bitcoin, wow, you want to take notice. Now, something that is really causing a big stir is this right here. Pundit foresees XRP between $100,000 and $10,000 after SEC lawsuit. Now, this is coming from somebody that has been in this space from a way back, and I mean a long time. Now, community pundit Jack, and we're talking about Jack the Rippler. Members of the XRP community continue to speculate about XRP's outlook upon the conclusion of the multi-year legal battle involving Ripple and the SEC. Community member Jack the Rippler, with over 212,600 followers on X, recently weighed in on the discussion. Jack emphasized that the Ripple SEC lawsuit's conclusion means XRP has complete regulatory clarity to function as the first cross-border payment asset in the U.S. Accordingly, he argued that a 3 to 5 digit value for XRP upon the determination of a protracted legal battle with the U.S. regulator is inevitable. And right there is the tweet. Now, notably, the outlook suggests the community pundit expects XRP to be between 100 and 10,000 sometime in the future. Jack's latest commentary on XRP's potential value expanded upon his earlier assertive claim that XRP trading at $1,000 would be peanuts. At the time, he grounded the forecast on XRP's ledger's utility in the tokenization market. Jack speculated a scenario wherein 50 trillion in tokenized value passes through the XRP ledger, As a result, he concluded that a $1,000 per XRP is a trivial target in light of the immense potential with the tokenization. Now, guys, this is something that has been building for a while, because when you think of the 92 point or 93 some trillion dollars in the securities market, where you got Larry Fink saying, hey, listen, the next evolution of these markets are the tokenization of securities, not the securitization of tokens, the tokenization of securities. And think about it, this space right now is only what? 2.5 trillion, and you compare that to the standard markets, which we know for a fact are going to be tokenized. Well, there's only a few ecosystems that can handle that, and I'll tell you one that it's definitely not going to be. It is not going to be Bitcoin. It cannot handle it. But can the XRP ledger handle it? For sure it can. Can XLM handle it? You better believe it. What about HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph? Yes, it can. And this is where he's coming out with these numbers. Now, David Schwartz himself said, and he gave an example, listen, XRP can't be cheap, and here's why. If you wanted to send $1 million and XRP was only $1, you would have to send 1 million units to send that million around the world, wouldn't you? Well, there's only 100 billion XRP, and having said that, trillions of dollars flow around the world daily. So when you think about it, can XRP really be cheap to handle that kind of inflow? No, guys, it can't. And that was David's point. He said, hey, you could do that. You could send $1 million with 1 million XRP at $1, or you could send 1 million XRP if one XRP was worth $1 million. And his point was driving home that it cannot be a cheap price. And that's where you get these valuations between $100,000 and $10,000. So guys, we don't know for certain, but I'll tell you what, I believe we have an absolute amazing future ahead of us. And it's no small wonder why you see these kind of numbers being bandied about, because the world is changing, and it is changing way faster than what most people even consider. And the movement into this fourth industrial revolution and this digital economy, I believe, is going to represent the greatest wealth transfer in the history of mankind. And that's why I'm always out there. Guys, you got to get out there and genuinely research what's going on. Now, YouTube is great for Confluence, but it is not research. Dig through the white papers at the IMF. Go to the Bank of International Settlements. Look through that. Hey, go to look up the patent office, and you just type in there distributed ledger technology, and you see how many patents in the last 6 months have been filed and who is filing them. And I'm going to tell you what, it is a major, major tell of what's coming in the future. So guys, as far as I'm concerned, anything is possible and on the table, because we're at a place where we have never, ever been before in history. And I'll tell you what, it is going to be so transformative. It is going to reshape the way the entire world works, and especially how value is moved. Guys, you have heard me say it before, but one thing that I can tell you from personal experience is you are not going to regret that you took the time to get your plan in place before this market literally takes off. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one, for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals, and we work together to develop your exit strategy. We can even get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that are really going to help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com, and we'll get y'all booked in. So guys, I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video, and as always, it's not financial advice, it's just my 2 cents. Hit the like and subscribe, drop your comments right down there in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next one.